Good morning, good morning, good morning. So, this is new to you. This is new to you and us, FYI. Okay. Strengthen You presents Straight Talk. Straight Talk is going to be all about trauma survivors and teaching what we're going to talk about regular daily life things and how we handle them with positivity and put light into the hearts of those around the world. So our goal is to keep uplifting, encouraging, and just motivating the average person because people don't know what it takes to be a survivor, which makes you a thriver. But in thriving, you need a support system, and we're here to create that for you. So today, I'm about to introduce you to some amazing people that is going to work with me and make this thing the best thing it can possibly be. And up first, she's my boo thing, and her name is Courage. So y'all get ready to meet your girl because she about to come through with the come through.
Hey, 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 Joy.
Good morning, Courage. How are you, Sugarfoot?
Fine, fine. Just a little bit nervous, but I'm gonna be okay.
Well, don't be nervous. These are your people. You are loved and you are needed, and your aura is beautiful. So keep shining, honey. Don't be nervous. Tell them a little bit about yourself before I bring in my next amazing person.
Okay, well, my name is Trina. I'm from Texas. Yes, when Joy first met me, she said, "You are country. You have a country voice." So I'm representing the country in me. I go by Courage. I am a 4.5 year stroke survivor.
Yes, Courage.
Right.
We so glad that you're here, honey, and keep surviving because you are shining and we love you. Thank you for
Oh,
being
I love
here.
you
And
too.
now
Yeah.
here we go. About to introduce my next boo. Now let me tell y'all about this one, okay? He's some kind of special. First of all, his laugh is contagious. He's an awesome individual, awesome motivator. And this let me just bring him in. Let me just bring him in and let his light shine. Here he comes.
Yo!
Good good morning, honey
I,
love.
Good morning. Listen, I just got back from BT and OT. It was really good. I'm feeling good. I look good. I'm ready to go.
Hey.
Yes, honey, you are looking good. So before I even tell them everything that, because I'm about to brag on y'all, let me just let you know I'm about to brag on y'all. But
Okay.
before I brag, let
I'm
me just
ready.
shine your light, Junior. Tell them about you, honey.
So I'm a 9 month stroke survivor. I survived the hemorrhagic stroke in my brainstem. I love working out now, and I love um, I so I love motivating. I love like bringing positivity to the world, and uh, my life now. So like I would never wish a stroke on anyone, but
Mm.
I think my life is better now than it was before, and I have purpose, and I want to bring light to this dark world, this crazy world that we're living in. So I'm just here to support joy and or strength, whatever. What you want to be strong here.
So let me tell y'all something first of all, because he ain't just supporting me; he's supporting everybody. We're
Yeah.
doing this for you guys. He's not doing this for me. We're not doing this for money. We're not doing this for likes or for clout or none of that. We're doing this because we genuinely love people and we really want to encourage you and motivate you to keep going forward and to shine your light, realizing that you are not what happened to you. You are above the struggle, and your phoenix is about to emerge, honey. Yes.
That's the rooster call.
Yo, they call me Rooster because I get up really early every morning, and that's fine with me. You can, yes.
So let me go back and today I want to shine a light on Junior first because I asked Trina to be my co-host because number one, I'm going to pull her out of her shell. That's my little boo, and she going with me, and we about to shine together. But Junior, his light has just penetrated my life about 2 months ago, and when he came into my life, let me tell y'all something. We instantly click like this. And he is the male version of me. And all I want to do today is highlight him and his journey and the things that he's done because he's steady, encouraging and motivating via Facebook, Instagram, TikTok. He's out there shining his light like none other. And I'm so proud to be his friend.
Aw, thank you. I'm about to cry.
But don't cry. But let me give my nervous co-host because I see she done muted her mic. I'm about to put her on black. Let me
Get him.
get a little bit. Trina, is there anything you want to say to Junior or ask Junior?
I'm gonna say Hernandez, boy, you set the level. I mean, he set the level so high that coming every day with these quotes that I had to start got me in the mirror like reflecting myself because and this is one and he gonna start laughing like I mean he started the book club in the book that we read. And the first thing I read in this book was if you was a brand and you was in the store, would you buy or would you just walk by? And so I had to really think and just look at myself and like, if I was a brand, am I good enough to be bought?
That's deep.
You know, and that's when it was like, okay, I'm finna roll this roller coaster with Strength in You, and I got to represent myself better because I had to be honest with myself and say I would pass by.
Now, how did you get the courage to be honest with yourself? Because that takes courage to be honest with who you are.
Hiding, letting a stroke take over my life instead of me taking over the stroke. I've been hiding within myself 4.5 years in a darkness. And you know, darkness is like cancer.
Yeah.
Once it get in it, it spread quick. And if you don't catch it, you lose a lot of yourself. So I'm reclaiming me as a better person.
Yes, honey, reclaim you. But you know, I asked you if you wanted to ask Junior something.
Oh my God.
It's okay. It's her first time.
I know. I love you so much.
Mr. Hernandez, I mean, what gives you the courage to get up every morning and just come forward with all these different quotes? And you be hitting like right on the nail with quotes every day.
To be honest, at first it was more of like a way to keep myself accountable, like with the workouts and doing that, and then it morphed into like I got so much love and support from all these other stroke survivors that it eventually became like for them. You know, I noticed I have a way with words, and um I found myself through this experience, through me coming out, and it was such an uplifting experience being able to provide some kind of like um, comfort to other stroke survivors with my quotes. With it's a lot of work. Don't get me wrong, it's a lot of work. There's days where I'm like, I don't want to do this today, but I think about all the other stroke survivors who can't do what I do, or who can't articulate the way I articulate things, or can't put in the work. So it's just determination is a big factor. Like you can only be motivated for so long. I'm determined to get better, and if anything comes out of this, like I hope like one stroke survivor comes out of this, understanding that it's hard work to get where you're at. Like I didn't just wake up like this. I'm not Beyonce. You know what I'm saying? So I sure wish, right? But it's a lot of hard work, and if you're not looking at yourself and being honest with yourself, and looking at yourself in the mirror and be like, "Am I putting in the work? Am I really like? Am I giving it all I can?" to get better. We all want to get better, right? But like, are you really applying yourself and really doing what you need to do to get there? And I hope that people hear my story today and kind of come out of it like understanding that it's not just given to you. You have to take it. You have to work for it and take it.
Absolutely. And that's great
Well,
advice.
I'm gonna tell you, when I first met you, seen you with Joy, I was like, well, he finna be this competition right here. He ain't finna outdo me. So every morning when I hear you, I'll get out there. When I hear you go set out, I get out of bed. I'm like, oh no, I can't lay here today because he already up and going in, and I got to go in it too. He ain't going outside me. So I want to just praise you for first to be what 9 months
9 months.
into your recovery and being able to go ahead and accept what happened to you and know that it's not you and keep going forward, because I think that is one of the things that longer our recovery is sitting there not accepting it, questioning it, or trying to reverse it. You can't go backwards. We have to move forward.
Right.
So I
Absolutely.
really do applaud you for putting it out there for the new stroke survivors. So hey, go ahead and just be like, it happened. Let me move forward.
It's okay to feel like like sad and down, right? When this first happened to you, I went through it too. I'm assuming
We all do.
everybody kind of goes through it. But are you gonna live there? Are you gonna live there, or are you gonna like wake yourself up and make something out of like your situation? Like I could sit here all day and cry about my situation. Like, yeah, I'm able to do certain things, but like to walk here, like I was like speed walking, and it felt like I was using all my energy to like get here on time. And like in the middle of the night when I had to use the bathroom, like it's a struggle. Like I had to like if not, my bed's gonna be dirty in the morning. You know what I mean? So I deal with my struggles like everyone else, but what sets me apart, I feel like, is um I'm able to I'm very thick skinned, and I give that to my parents. I give them a lot of that kind of credit. Like,
Yeah.
my house was full of uh jokes and kind of being at the butt end of a joke. So when I had the stroke, they didn't treat me any different. They didn't,
Right.
they treated me exactly like their son. And if I did something dumb or out of character, they got on me, and that kind of attributed to like my successful recovery so far. And I'm not done, obviously, but
Right.
uh, them kind of like always encouraging me and kind of having the support system I have has been tremendous. And I know a lot of people don't have that, but if I can provide some sort of like a smile to someone's face, or if one of my quotes has like somebody really think and like, oh, I didn't think about things that way. Like that's what it's all about. I'm on
Right.
this journey now to actually like um help out like at first it was like I want to meet all the stroke survivors, and then I really realized like I'm in this position like you don't see a lot of me out there. You know what I mean? Like I stick out like a sore thumb. I like 9 months in, always consistent with my uploads and my content, and I just try to provide some kind of happiness and some kind of positivity, because it's a cold negative world out there, especially nowadays.
Yeah.
Definitely.
Really scary.
You know what? You just said something. And let me tell you something, Junior, because you be putting me to shame, okay?
Mm.
You be putting me to shame because I'm supposed to be strengthening you, but I don't get to work out like I want every day because I'm doing so many other things that sometimes I put working out on the back burner, and that's not good. So that's why I always try to do, I tell people a little something goes a long way. So if you put in a
Mhm.
little bit of effort every day, it's still equal monumental gain. So I try to at least do something. But you for sure be putting me to shame because I just be like, well, damn, Junior.
Don't get me wrong. Like there's when I first started this workout journey, I was working out hardcore, hardcore. And I eventually ran into a wall. My body was like, no mas. I tapped out. I couldn't handle what I was doing.
So let
And
me ask y'all a question.
mhm,
Um, when you haven't, because like you said, it's a struggle, and just getting out of bed sometimes is a struggle. So on those fatigue days when you just like no energy, just exhausted, and don't have that fire, what gives you that drive, that determination, that umph to make you be like, I can do this?
for me, it's being able to like walk my dog by myself. Like I think about things like that. I think about things I used to be able to do, right? Like I understand like that part of me is like dead, right? Like
Yeah.
rest in peace, old Junior. But like I can make the most out of who I am now and moving forward. So what I try to do is on those days where it's a little difficult to like get up in the morning, I just think about am I am I gonna stay in bed or am I gonna get up and outwork everybody? I think about Kobe Bryant a lot, and
Okay.
he always used to get up early in the morning and work out before anybody else. And he used to get his shots up before anybody else, and obviously he's one of the greatest players of all time. Because he wanted to work. It's not just given to you. Um, so those days when it's a little harder, I don't push myself as hard that day. The intensity is maybe half. Um, but I still get up and do something, regardless.
Right. What about you, Trina? How do you push through on those days when you just don't have it in you?
My family. That's the first thing that I think about is because I am the lead. I lead my family. And I have to show them that we have strength in our blood. No matter what we go through, you can fight through it. And I want them to look at me and say, hey, even if I'm not here no more, they can remember my story to
Hmm.
keep going forward. And I ain't gonna tell no story because some days I'll be like, you know what? But then I be wanting to lay in the bed, and then I had this friend called named Joy. They be like, you know what? I think she always coming with something. I'm like, you know what? I just give in. I'm to the point now. I just give in.
So
But
what about? Oh, go ahead, honey. I'm sorry.
I can see the difference before joining strengthen you and to now being a part of strengthen you. I see the difference in me that every day I have a purpose. I have a reason to get up. And it's
Love
more
it.
into accepting who I am.
Well, see, now you done brought up some that I didn't go deep in detail about. So now I got to tell the people where it comes from. So okay, y'all, she done said it. Strengthen you. You gonna see SNU pop up all kind of places because we making moves. But
Yeah.
so SNU is a foundation that I created, and it basically means strength in you because fight lives in the heart of a survivor. Hence the gloves and the heart that you see in the corner of your screen. That means fight is in your heart. And as long as you're driven, like Junior said, you have to want it. You have to fight for it. You have to go get it. And as long as you got that drive, you got strength in you. And all that you that is all that you need to get through your everyday life. You're going to have down days. There's going to be moments throughout your day. But as long as you keep with that strength in you, you can go forward no matter what. There's absolutely nothing in this world you can't do. It just looks different. You may move different, but you can get it done. You don't let nobody tell you what you can't do. Hence the strength in you, because you can get through with that push through, baby. Come through. But that's what it's all about, y'all. So you will see strength in you, and we're encouraging you to not only join the page, but join the support groups that are every Friday because we all need somebody. And we are holding each other accountable for our happiness, for inner peace, for exercise, and for everything that's positive. That's what the three of us represent. And that's why you see strength, courage, and wisdom on this screen. And we're here just for you. So, no, honey, we love you. And we about to shine lights all over the world because we matter. Just because we had strokes don't take us out of the game. We have strength through recovery over needing emotions. We are redefining what it means to be a stroke survivor. Ain't no woe is me, is why not me? Because can't nobody do it like me. So you keep doing what you do the way you do it and stay true to you. But you got to fight for it. So, Junior, if
Mm-hmm.
you had some advice you would give to people, and not just stroke survivors, but trauma of any kind, because trauma is all around us.
Mm-hmm.
People, remember that. Sorry, Junior. Trauma is everywhere, y'all. Some is seen, some is unseen. So don't judge a book by the cover. Judge it by their heart. Judge it by their work. But know that it's somewhere. But go ahead, Junior, honey, love, your turn.
Um, I would advise people to seek out help. As early as you're able to. Um, I was part of like a support group early on, through my ex, and I wasn't like comfortable like like sharing my story, or I thought like, who am I? Any survivor of any trauma, like George said, you have something in you, whether that's strength, courage, wisdom, whatever it is, right? You survived for a reason. There's a reason why you're still here. Yeah, I'm a believer in God. I know there's a lot of you that aren't, and that's okay. Like, I'm not here to push that on you, but um, find something besides you that you can have faith in, and you can like look towards because every day is not going to be rainbows and butterflies. Every day is going to bring its own set of circumstances and its own set of obstacles, and you can't do it by yourself. Like, I tried, and seeking out help and is so beneficial to your recovery. That goes for everyone.
Mhm.
I am so blessed to meet some of these stroke survivors like Joy and Trina and Jeff, Deborah. Like, there's so many of us out there that I would have never gotten in contact with if I didn't have my stroke, and because I seeked out a support group, I was able to kind of like meet all these incredible people and people all over the world, people I would have never had contact with otherwise. And seeking out help is so beneficial, and being a part of something that's greater than yourself. Like, ever since I joined Strengthen You, um, man, my what I want to accomplish has grown so much. Like, there was this like little dream, all right, and now it's like a big dream. Like, now I want to like help as many people as I can, cause I can. You know what I mean? Like, that's the biggest thing. And just like, if I was to give any advice, like I said, long story boring, seek out help, seek out some kind of support group, uh, cause you never know what will come out of it.
Absolutely. How about you, Trina? Any advice that you would give to survivors or trauma survivors?
I would say that don't sit there. Don't, I mean, like, really just think about, drill on what happened to you, because that's only going to cause depression.
Mm-hmm.
Like you said, seek out help. Seek out somebody that's walking that same walk with you, that can pull you and say, hey, this is not the end of your life. You still, long as your eyes open every morning, you can change your life. You still got a life to live. Don't just sit there and be like, oh, this it. Nah, baby, it's not it. You survived it. You still waking up every morning. Get up and step a little bit further.
Right. Love it. This is phenomenal, y'all. You don't even know the chills that I'm having right now in my inner being. Like,
I have one more thing. I just thought about it.
go ahead, honey.
Just real quick. Be kind to yourself. Um, that's a big one. That's a big one. I remember when I first had a stroke, I was like, I thought I was in this little bubble. I didn't know that there was a whole community out there with people that were going through it, and that was like, what was me? Like I've been using that word a lot, because that's how I felt, and I wasn't kind to myself. I thought my life was over. Be kind to yourself and be patient. Like it takes time. It takes time, but there's like I don't want to sound corny. The grass is greener on the other side, but if you put the work in and you remain positive, it is, and just be kind to yourself.
Absolutely. Not only be kind, he done made me think of something too. You got to be patient. Patient
Mm-hmm.
with your whole recovery. It is not going to be a smooth, easy process. I know. I don't know if y'all was like me, but when I first had stroke, and they was like, "Oh, you young, you're gonna heal, you're gonna be fine," and I'm thinking in my head, because of course I had a stroke, my brain not working well, so I'm thinking like, okay, give it about a month, I'm gonna be straight. I'm gonna do this.
I did the
So
same thing.
Yeah.
I'm just
I
knowing
mean,
it ain't gonna last long. And now here I am, almost 9 years in, and I'm still putting in hard work. And when I don't work hard, my body lets me know it. It starts to hurt.
ooh, yeah,
And the muscles that you're not using, they will let you know, honey. So I encourage you to always move and be patient with everything that you're doing because it's gonna take time. What about you, Trina?
only thing I would like to say is that we are all different levels. Don't compare yourself to
Hmm.
another stroke survivor. Don't get down on yourself because this stroke survivor is doing more than you. We all different levels. It comes different time. You're not gonna be the same as another stroke survivor. You're not gonna no. Just do pace you. Do you, as they say, stay in your lane. Focus on you. Don't try to go over here to somebody that can walk 5 miles and you haven't even started a 1 mile. But as
Right.
long as you start somewhere, just start. And you never know where you might end up at.
I'm loving all this positive advice. I'm loving it. I'm loving it. But y'all know now I want to just kind of get into the real of everyday life. I want to talk about some of the struggles of everyday life for real because
Ooh,
a lot of
boy.
times that's the part that people are, I guess, they shun from or afraid to talk about because it's a little
Hmm.
too real. And I can't even stun with
Yeah.
y'all. Okay, last night I was walking to the bathroom because it was middle of the night. First of all, I had to go to the bathroom. And while I'm walking to the bathroom, the pee is running down my leg. I'm like, what the hell? Now, when I first had the stroke, that would have made me cry. That would have made me break down. That would have just tore up my whole everything. But in my recovery where I am right now, I understand that that's a part of life. People get pissy drunk and they pee on themselves all the time and don't nobody think nothing of it. Mad
Think
comes
nothing
for
of
a reason. I'm a whole stroke survivor, and my uterus and I mean, well, my pelvis area ain't as strong as it used to be. So I mean, it just is what it is. So on those days, I'm saying that to say, you're gonna have days where you just have real life things happen, and don't let that be the thing that throws you and takes you from being happy because
it.
you're human. So you just
Yeah.
own that, accept what is, and do some Kegels. And me and just FYI, you can do Kegels too, and it actually strengthens your pelvis area. So these are not meant to be funny. It's meant to be like tell you real life stuff to help.
Yeah.
So some of the
But
stuff you
don't
might hear us
compare it.
saying, it might be a little what's the word, unorthodox,
Yeah.
but they are real.
Good word, by the way, unorthodox. I like it.
Thank you.
Don't one thing don't anything that you are faced with, and I'm gonna give an example, like you say, like you just said, you had an accident going to the bathroom. Don't sit up there and be like, oh, I'm only doing this because I had a stroke. But at the same time, and so like you said, someone that do it that's drunk, we don't pay attention. Some things that we go through is just because we are human.
Mm-hmm.
Because we was human first before we became a stroke survivor. So
What you
you have to separate the two. Don't put yourself down because you're a stroke survivor and you went through something. Oh, it's because of the stroke. No, baby, it's because you was human. You could have had that same accident without being a stroke survivor. Don't
Mm-hmm.
compare the two. You have to know the difference because if you don't, you will never find joy or in the recovery that you're going through.
Mm-hmm.
Because there's some things that people be like, "Oh, you can't drive because you only have one hand that work good." But on the other hand, non-stroke survivor drive with one hand, they swag or whatever. Like what's the difference?
Right.
So no, don't do yourself like that. That's one thing you're gonna have to realize to separate the two.
I like that advice, Trina. That's amazing.
I'm gonna interject real quick. Ooh, good word. Trina,
You know what,
Who
Trina?
knows?
That was a good word.
I was like, interject. Ooh. Trina, you are doing so wonderful. I saw somebody mention. I don't know. Sorry if I didn't catch your name, but they said they were so proud of you. Like, I don't know you that well and that long, but man, you are shining so much right now, and you're breaking out of this shell, and it's so rewarding to see. Like, I'm glad I'm able to
Thank you, thank you.
it's real.
Oh my God, you say the same thing. Joy be telling me like when you get to talking about strength in you just brighten up and you just take out. Well, hey, I'm walking this walk.
Yeah.
We ain't on here just talking. We talking because we walking this walk.
Hmm.
Tell them courage. Tell them, girl.
I want to punch something.
She's like, strengthen you.
Yeah,
Strengthen you.
like, for real, like, cause some people can just be talking. Oh, yeah, I didn't experience. We be looking at them like you don't understand nothing that I'm going through. You just up here talking because
Mhm.
this might be your job or this might be your what you getting paid to do, but you are actually listening to people who's walking their walk with you. We're
Mm-hmm.
talking from experience, so it's
Absolutely.
different.
Absolutely. This is fabulous, y'all. You have no idea. I'm crying. I'm laughing. I'm doing.
You told me not to cry at the beginning. You can't cry now.
I am
Junior
loving
make
this.
Junior just be making people laugh when they be trying to be serious. He just Lord.
Listen.
But hey, we love you for it. We
Hey, y'all
love
see
you
our comment?
anything.
Look at our comments, y'all.
Aw.
I can't even see it, girl. You know I ain't new. You know
Every,
I ain't used to
every time I see Deborah's
the
name come up,
technology.
Sweezy, Sweezy. Like, I don't know how to be anybody but myself, dude. And um, I'm proud of the person I look at the mirror. Like, I love me. You know what I'm saying? Like, get with it, get lost. You know what I'm saying? Like, get on this journey with us and uh, reap the benefits of us pushing out this positivity because we got enough to go around. You know what I'm saying? This is everybody's getting a plate. You know what I mean? And if you are in your head too much, that becomes your worst. Like, you're your worst enemy, and we're here to be like, yeah, it's not that bad. Like, like I said in the beginning, I don't wish a stroke on anyone. It's a horrible experience to go through as an individual, as a human being. But man, the life I'm leading now is so much more fulfilling and more enriching than the life I was leading before. So that's all that matters, man.
I'm
Absolutely.
getting there. I'm getting there. I'm getting up there to the gal level.
Girl, you already there. We see you shining already. It takes a little bit of time. You know what I'm saying? You
Yeah,
got to
right.
see.
Like the time, man. You know what I'm saying?
I love that, Deborah. Y'all see that?
Too
Too
blessed
blessed
to
to
be
be
so
depressed, too
anointed.
anointed
Hey,
to be disappointed.
hey, that sounds like a rap song. I
I
like.
love. Hey, hey, too blessed to be depressed.
Don't do that ever again. Oh my god.
That was
don't
fast.
get don't get Jordan entertained.
No, real quick. My mom was like, that lady Joy. she saw that video that you did where like the girl you were trying to like pump it up and turn
Oh,
talking shit. She said that was the funniest thing she's ever watched in her life. She said that lady was trying so hard and smiling. I love it. Like she was amazing. My mom is a big fan of Joy, dude.
tell your mama I love her. That's awesome.
Yeah, she said she was trying so hard, just trying. It was awesome.
Because that's all it's about, just trying and having fun in the midst of trying. Because
Hmm.
some things you're not going to get overnight, some things you'll never get. But as long as you're having fun through it, you're okay. Because guess what? You can still smile. Can't nobody steal from you that. It can be crooked, it can be ugly, none of that matters. Because mine was crooked and I was slobbing while I was smiling. But hey, it is what it is because I'm here.
You just catch it.
You know, I didn't catch it crazy.
That's the juicy kid.
I think she's starting to love this camera.
She walked into the club, you know.
We got her.
She's like, I want to lead the show.
See,
This is
y'all
awesome.
gonna make me blush.
Girl, you cute. You should be blushing, girl. And do
Yeah,
your
I
thing like that.
Girl, do you see it, girl? Do you see the beauty? What I tell you?
Yo, I love it.
What
Yo, you
what I
get
tell
so
you?
confident. Like, it's not
I was
even.
gonna bring beauty, did I tell you?
What?
Yeah, go ahead. Go ahead with your bad self. God.
So, okay. This was, I
Let's
wasn't
let's
expecting this
get back
much
on
fun.
track here.
Right? I'm like, I wasn't expecting this much fun.
Mhm.
But this is what it's meant to be. This is what we're trying to show y'all. That even through all of your trauma, all of the things of life, because that's all it is, just life throwing you curveballs. You smile about it. You laugh at every moment. You just make it good. Hold on. She hey y'all look.
You're gonna make me lose my mind. Up in here, up in here.
But I have a question for Junior.
Okay, I have an.
Junior said, hey, no, you got to answer. But out there, you stay out there in Florida, right? I had a
Mhm.
little joke. And I was thinking, they say them gators be walking up on the porch and stuff.
Uh-huh.
And so at first I was thinking that I was gonna come with Joy and come to Florida. But then I got to realize that ain't a good idea.
You live in Texas, like this should be nothing to you. Like you do armadillos and all kinds of shit out there.
We talk about gators. They ain't seen nothing like this. They gonna be. Do you see all this extra meat?
You
Then
know,
I'm in Texas. Look. Then I'm in
you
Texas.
got dark meat. You know everybody like juicy dark meat.
I got the smoke meat because Texas burning me up down here.
But I
Man,
got this smoke meat.
Smoke me.
I'm gonna, all the gators gonna be trying to come get me, girl. They gonna be like, oh, that's that Texas. I can't do it.
That's a little brisket. Heck, we still. No, we don't. Listen, no, we don't. No, we don't. Listen, Deborah, I love you, but I'm from New York, right? I know I don't get down like that. Like when I first saw the little lizards out here, I was like, "What the fuck?" Like it felt like I was in Jurassic Park. You know what I mean? Like,
Okay,
not with it.
I can't walk that fast. I ain't gonna be able to run from no gators. Somebody gonna have to take the power while the other two get away.
Especially now, I walk with the cane when I'm outside. Like you just gotta be an ugly runaway. Mm-mm.
They came.
But they're gonna work for it. They're not getting me easy. I'm gonna speed walk my ass off. You know what I mean?
That's all right, Junior. We coming. We gonna visit you. And we gonna walk that walk out there in
Okay,
Florida, baby.
y'all. Listen, one of the other things while I'm thinking about it, because y'all got me all over the place. I'm just having so much fun right now. Like, but one of the things we wanted to talk about is recovery because the doctors, when you leave the house, while you in the inpatient, I mean, you know what I'm talking about, when you actually in the hospital for recovery.
Yeah.
That's when your brain is new and it's the, I guess you can act like that's like the 3 to 5 age of a toddler when you're getting all your learning, basically.
Yeah.
And I'm saying that because one of the things that I was taught to do during my recovery, because I couldn't lift my knee at the time, was to kick my foot out. And now
Mhm.
I'm learning, well, I'm noticing that that's a habit for me. All these years since my recovery, I mean, since the beginning, I've been just kicking my foot out instead of lifting my knee. So I think it's important that we raise awareness for these doctors because all they know is what the book tells them. And now here
Mhm.
we are, survivors, and we're post stroke. So now we can give them advice and say, hey, don't teach people to just kick your foot out because that's not the natural way to walk. Teach
Mm-hmm.
a person to actually lift your knee. Maybe tell them to kick your butt because that's what you're trying to do when you're trying to walk. So, um, did your doctors tell you guys anything that sticks with you now that you have a hard time trying to reprogram yourself?
You mentioned the lifting my knees when I walk, and it's so prevalent. Another good word in my head right now because I just got out of PT, and she had me like going over like these little hurdles, and I was as I was going over these hurdles, I noticed like it was very difficult to do because I wasn't used to doing that. Like, when I was in my inpatient, right, they were like, you have 3 months to recover, and you're kind of stuck, right? Where you're at is where you're gonna be at, which
They
is
told you that?
yeah, which is total BS.
Mhm.
9 months in, I'm having so many gains every single day, and I
Yeah.
took that to heart. I thought,
Mhm.
the first couple of months, I was still in the wheelchair for
Mhm.
and I was like, well, this is gonna be my life, 3 months when it passed by, and I was like, I'm not gonna recover the way I thought I was.
Right.
And some of these doctors, man, like you said, they go off what they read in the book, and unfortunately, the most stroke survivors are of older age, and it happens for X, Y, and Z, right? There's multiple reasons why. But I noticed there's a lot of young stroke survivors like myself, and you guys,
Mhm.
you guys aren't 80, 70 years old. You guys are in your.
I had to raise up.
I'm just, I'm just saying, I gotta be careful now because I called. I said the other day, Joy, that she was celebrating her 50th. She got really upset with me when I
I
said,
was about to drop kick into the camera.
"You look great."
She look good, don't she?
But
Right.
anyway, don't always take what your doctor is saying and take it to heart. Is what I'm trying to say.
Right.
Um, they don't know what it's like that to go through the stroke and kind of like that's what we had to while we're kind of doing what we're doing now and bring awareness and show people like, yo, listen, if I took that 3 months to heart, the way I was in the beginning, I would never recover to the way I am now because I would have thought it was over for me.
Exactly.
It's not.
Yes.
Exactly. I think it's important that people remember that it's all about your drive and your heart and what you're willing to put in is what you're gonna get out of it. And recovery ain't gonna come easy, but you can recover up to 20 years. Recovery don't stop unless you stop. So as
Hmm.
long as you're going, you're gonna keep going, growing. Don't let a doctor or nobody else tell you what you can accomplish. You gotta believe in you and know that you can
Yes.
accomplish it.
Big
I
time.
agree with that
Fact.
because I have experienced like my brain will go to do something. Just like one time, I was before my stroke, I was left-handed. I was a lefty. Didn't do anything with the right side. That was dead to me. You couldn't get me. And I was in the shower, and I was normally used to coming, right side, my strong side out. But my brain kicked in the shower. See, we be having a talk, and it was like, no, you're not coming out first. my left side just decided to just get out the tub. But, the leg just did its own thing. And I'm grabbing on like, wait a minute, hold on. This ain't the way we supposed to do this. And, sometimes you have to catch yourself because your brain come alive and do stuff that you're not even thinking about doing. And I used to try to tell my doctors that, like, while I'm talking, I can see my hand moving from this side of my eye. Or if I close my eyes at night and just think about stretching my arm and open up my eyes, my arm is stretched out.
Mm-hmm.
So, like recovery is an everyday thing. It's not, because I experienced the same thing Junior was talking. I went to the doctor and I told you, Joe, I explained it to you that a doctor told me wherever I'm at 6 months is basically, that's it. And I remember leaving the doctor's office like real depressed, like head down. Like this, no, you're not gonna tell me that this is the end of my life. No, I'm
Mm-hmm.
not gonna accept that. And this would be another topic on the show that we're gonna bring to the table is that insurance plays a lot of role in recovery because Junior just mentioned physical therapy. I've only had 3 months of physical therapy since I've been in this recovery. I came home in a wheelchair. I was determined to get up out that wheelchair to start doing stuff on my own, that I started YouTubing stuff myself.
Mm-hmm.
So when I finally got to go to therapy, they was like, you ain't never been to therapy? No. I'm up on the cane.
Right.
So yes, that's when that drive and that determination kicks in that no, don't wait on the doctor. If you got to start looking up stuff yourself, can't nobody fight for you harder than you fight for
Say
Yeah.
yourself.
that. I had to put this comment back up there because this is a great tip. Everybody,
Mm-hmm.
Deborah leaves us a tip and it said there's great benefit in changing your workouts daily rather than doing the same thing daily. That
Mhm.
is so true. Your body
Okay.
adjusts to it and it gets used to it, and there's no more growth when
There's
you're
no more
used to doing
challenge,
something.
like that's why with my workouts I try to like diversify what I'm doing every single day. Another good word. I'm killing words today. Jesus Christ. But yeah, I try to like do different things every single day so my body doesn't get used to doing the same thing every single day. And another thing that kind of came up to my head while Trina was talking, I was speaking to a fellow stroke survivor, and they were like, "Oh, I haven't gotten better." Like in X, Y, and Z. I'm not gonna put anyone's name out there, but I noticed that they still smoke cigarettes. Like I used to be a smoker, right? And I stopped because I couldn't. Like I realized it wasn't beneficial to my recovery if I continued to smoke or like drink soda or do certain things. Like don't get me wrong, I miss like every once in a while I have a soda, a little small can or whatever. Like it's fun, but like every day, no. Like
Right.
because like what your body intakes is what your fuel is, and if you're giving yourself junk, if you're eating junk all the time, your
Right.
body's gonna react like junk. You know what I'm saying? So like I understand like eating healthy is expensive, but like cut down on the cigarettes if you can. Like I'm not like if you can quit cold turkey, do it. Like get rid of those things because they're not helping you. They're only hurting you. So I say this to say like I understand like it's a coping mechanism and it's a bad habit, but the quicker you're able to change that perspective in your mind and the outlook, the better you'll be at the end of the day. You'll be getting so many more gains. Whether as woe is me, I've been sitting in this wheelchair for 6 months, but you're still smoking a pack a day. Like Look at
Right.
like be accountable to your actions. Like look at yourself in the mirror and be like, am I doing everything I possibly can to get better? And if you're not,
Mhm.
then you need to find out what those things are and identify them and make a course correct, you know?
Mm-hmm.
I experienced that when I had my stroke. I was a diabetic. I was taking insulin in my stomach and had a medication, a pill to take. I was on two blood pressure medicine. I had to take my blood pressure every day. If it went up to a certain number, I had to go take a different type of blood pressure medicine. And I am proud of that. I changed my ways of eating and stuff, and now I'm on no medication. Like I'm no longer considered a diabetic. I still, but I control it. I don't have to take pills. I don't have insulin. I don't even have blood pressure medicine.
That's
Because
awesome.
when I eat something wrong, my body tells me. I
Hmm.
mean, it just really lets me know. Hey,
That's true.
mm-mm.
But let's be fair, y'all. Let's be fair. Because some people that's just not the thing for them. Like for me, mine was genetics. My mom died from a stroke when I was 10 and my dad had a stroke. So stroke was the enemy. And I mean, to be fair, I like you said, wasn't taking care of my body. At that time I was smoking cigarettes and exercising and all kind of stuff. But some people don't smoke because I actually met a stroke survivor in the hospital who was a bodybuilder and he's never smoked or any of that. And he ended up having a stroke. So I mean, just sometimes life happens.
Like,
So we're
just
gonna be
don't get me
fair that
wrong. I'm
life
not
does
trying to
happen.
say like,
But
oh,
when life
smoke is
happens to
positive.
you, how
Yeah.
are you gonna handle life? Like, are you gonna keep, like Junior said, putting things in you that you know not helping you, or are you gonna take
Mhm.
control of it? And that's the part where you gotta change your mindset, change your way of
Mhm.
thinking, and know that you are worth changing things. And that's when everything will happen for you. Y'all, my soul is happy.
Mhm.
Mine too. Like I'm so full of energy.
See? And
Yeah.
that's what we're doing. We're giving back what we want back.
Yo, I'm not gonna lie. Like, I haven't had coffee today, and I was like, oh, I'm gonna be dragging ass. But like, I'm so ready to like work out all over again. I just got out of PT and OT, and I'm ready to do PT by myself all over again. So let's get it.
Yes. We might
Yeah.
have Junior on here as a regular because I think he's starting to love it.
I do. I like it too.
Yeah.
Oh,
Courage. Some
I'll join the first one. I might do this all the time because like there's certain beneficial to like. I wish I had somebody like me when I was going through my recovery and
Me
my,
too.
I
Oh,
wish that
Courage, somebody asked you a question, Sugar.
oh,
Yes.
Did you have a nutrition or a dietitian to help you with your food choices?
After my stroke.
Yeah, after your stroke.
After my stroke, that's when I really learned about
Yeah, but did
diabetes.
you do it yourself or did somebody help you change the way you eat?
Once I came out, I did it on my own because I didn't want that. I didn't want to keep having that. I was scared of a stroke. Like I need to change everything because I'm not. I don't want another one. So I
Right.
came. I was like, okay, don't eat. Well, before I left, don't eat a lot of carbs. I put that sugar down, that candy, because I was a candy person and soda. And when I looked at it, I'm like, you know what? You're not even worth my life.
Wait a
And
minute. Say
you
that
just have
again.
to.
What's not worth your life though? Not my stroke got hit right there when you said that. I know.
When I like eating like a lot of candy
Uh-huh.
and soda. So I used to be after my stroke when I came home, I was scared of it.
Okay.
And I would be like, you're not even worth my life. So it was like myself just turned away from it because I was scared to have another stroke. So then it started being like it just came normal not to eat a lot of candy or not to drink a lot of soda. If I want a soda, I get zero sugar.
Right, me too.
You know.
but I'm not really a pop drinker anyway. But now, yeah, this is so awesome, and I'm so glad we're doing
Mhm.
what we're doing because we're talking about things that people don't talk about. And
Hmm.
I wish we had a doctor on here so we could have been talking to that doctor so they can pass on to their colleagues of how to address survivors when they're fresh in this recovery, because that's the time when things kind of being done. Wait a minute. Sometimes. Oh, that's true. Y'all read what? Okay, y'all.
Thank you, thank you.
It pops on the screen, yeah.
Well, you see me up here with glasses, you know I got to look closer.
See what you
Look,
mean?
she over here like I can't see.
Yeah.
Yo, honestly,
Yeah.
this hour flew by, and
Yours might not be as mine strong now. Now we ain't gonna talk about that. That's a different subject.
yo,
Okay.
my eye. You see my eye? Look at that. Like
You
this
know what?
Hey,
side, like
hey,
this face.
I had this problem before the stroke.
Oh,
So I mean
I
it
can't help
ain't
you there.
yeah. And you know, with me getting so young that my eyes and get a little weary at times.
No, real talk. I think that was a after effect of stroke because like sometimes my vision I gotta blink a couple times for it to get its life together. Like you have to think
Yeah.
about looking. I don't know what the hell
Hmm.
is going on with these eyes.
My eye gets stuck sometimes.
These are stroke problems, though. And these are the parts you laugh at. You know what I'm saying? You just take it
Hmm.
for what it is and go
Yeah.
on with your day knowing that it don't make you or break you. You just go
Cause
with
sometimes this muscle over here have my eyebrow way up here, and I have to go get a cold towel and try to, relax it. Or, but I still be cute.
Ooh, I love that, Deborah. Yes, honey. Okay, I'm gonna hold you to that, sugar. We're gonna
Hmm.
have a doctor on here one day. Our show gonna blow
It's
up.
on the internet, Deborah. It's on the internet. That means you got to do it.
Yeah.
We holding you to it. You got it on the internet. No, but we're gonna use these last few minutes, y'all. And number one, we're gonna thank our viewers for watching. This is our first episode. Yes, baby, we're making a move, changing what it means to be a stroke survivor. Remember, everybody's gonna have a stroke. Strength through recovery over needing emotions, which means ain't no massaging, woe is me. Ask yourself, why not me? Remember that only you strong enough to do what you're doing. So that's why it happened to you. Look at the people around you and ask yourself, if they had had this stroke or if they had went through my trauma, would they be who I am? Chances are no. So pat yourself on the back that you're doing what you're doing. We're so proud of you for just trying every day. That takes effort, and we're proud of you. And we hope that you come back next week and join us because I'm about to ask Junior to be a part of this thing forever.
I'm down. I'm down.
Because I just feel like this energy that just happened on this screen was amazing, and
Yes.
it to you in the worst and the goodest ways.
I would just have wisdom and train her. Next week, you could just have courage, and then we can rock with the one names.
Right?
You got it. She said,
She
"There you
said it.
go, folks."
She
There you
said it, so it shall be. But I'm gonna leave y'all with, don't forget to put your crown on, wear it with pride. Put your lantern in your crown and turn that joint up so that the light can radiate all over your body and anything that's negative will not get to penetrate your light. Keep going forward. Don't worry about what's behind you. Your future is ahead, not behind. So look ahead, honey. Know that you're meant to shine. There was a purpose for your pain. So keep going. Guys, Trina, courage and wisdom. Is there anything you would like to leave with our viewers?
I will leave you with the quote that I used today, and I think it's a really good one. Shoot for the moon, but if you miss, you still might hit a star.
Mm, mm,
Love
mm.
that.
Mm, saucy.
I'm, I'm gonna leave. I'm gonna leave with just remember that just because you don't do things a certain way, don't make you not normal. You are a leader because you created your own way. Love you.
Read this book, y'all. Share Your Thinking by Dean Dulce. It's so good. If you're not part of my book club, you're more than welcome to read along. But this right here will help tremendously with your recovery. So
Thank y'all so much for watching. And remember, you're special, you're needed, you're valued, and we love you. Keep shining, baby. Until next time, we'll see you next week,
bye.
baby.
Bye.